They didn't use the word God anyway. Your wife did not have to worship the same force that you have to worship, or in the same way. They recognized there was a universal force in the universe, making the sun, bringing back the spring. They recognized something which we do well to recognize again. God, whoever he is or she is, and they had no problem with she, as we have it now, is a part of everything. Everything that lives is a part of the force of the universe. And whoever the spiritual force of the universe is, he or she is a part of all living things. They did not build churches. They built symbols of the spirituality. Because if you wanted to pray, you didn't necessarily have to go to church, because spirituality was a 24-hour thing every day in the week. If you want to pray to your God, you could pray to the wind, because God was in the wind. Pray to the river, because God was in the water. Most important thing, pray to yourself, because God was a part of you. This was man's highest hour. This was man's most spiritual hour on the earth. This was the period when man enjoyed 1,000 years and no war. And when they finally had wars, they had councils to settle the wars before there was much casualty or much disaster. What I'm trying to tell you is that the African mind had thought out things that we muddle about today, and things that we fight about today, and things that we go to war about. He had already reasoned these things out. And these conflicts did not start among him again until he was associating with foreigners. He had produced a society where he made a principled decision that the lineage would come down through the female side of the family. It makes sense. Who better knows who's the father of the child? She would determine that. In this society, the king's son could never be king, but the king's sister's son could be king. Women did not come to power just because they were women. They came to power because it was their turn. She had to wait her turn just like a man. But once it came her turn, nobody could stop her from taking her turn. She could yield if she didn't want to be king or pharaoh, but no one could deny her her chance. And when the African brought into being the first of a number of female gods, he did not feel demeaned. He did not feel less of a man. All of these female gods were respected by both men and women. All of the African women who headed states, who headed armies, were supported 100% by men, and the men did not feel bad about it or start any female war. He wasn't insecure as the European would later be. Now, I've used this reference before, but it bears some reputation. 10,000 years ago in Europe, in the Ice Age, the European had 3 or 4 months to plant, harvest, and store. So therefore, every man, every hand had to work during that short period. A wife was a beast of burden. A wife was a mouth to feed. So therefore, she had to work just as hard as anyone else. Everybody's protecting the romantic marriage and the romantic relationship. The same man who began his existence on this earth without a romantic relationship invented the romantic relationship. I love you, marriage. People didn't come together in Africa, I love you. They came together, I respect you. And the old ladies and old men and uncles and members of the family, after you get a certain age, and sometimes before you get a certain age, they've got someone picked out for you. Oh, you can knock it if you want it, but you did get one. I bet you'd appreciate somebody picking out one for you now. You're better than not having one at all. They worked out a system where no girl at a certain age was without one. You got support. When you married a support system. You married out of a support system. No wife beaters, no wife deserters, no teenage pregnancy. You had to behave in a manner to bring honor to your group. You ain't gonna think about now if hitting her, because if you think about it too seriously, she got 50 uncles, 75 cousins. You got the same thing. All of them gonna get on. All she has to do is step away. They'll do you. They'll teach you the lesson. So we brought no wife beaters, no teenage pregnancies. We brought no people like that from Africa. These people developed away from Africa. My main point is that in this age, 10,000 years ago, because the European mind functioned different from the African mind, if the European woman if the African man got angry with the European woman, told her to get out, she had to cop a plea. She had to beg for mercy. She got out in the cold. She froze to death. And the people on the other side of the hill are not going to take care of her because that's one more mouth to feed. She didn't harvest that crop. In Africa, the woman was the druggist. Anytime a man was sick, she went into the forest.